Albuquerque Mayor Richard Berry, or RJ to just about everybody who knows him, is an accomplished businessman and entrepreneur. With more than 20 years of business experience in New Mexico and the greater Southwest region, Mayor Berry brings common sense to government. As a two-term state representative, he championed for fiscal responsibility, greater public safety, and improved opportunities for all New Mexicans. Mayor Berry is always listening, but today he's talking. Good morning, Mayor Berry.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm so happy you're back. I love when you're here.
This is a great show. You're so great for our city, and we appreciate you doing it. And it's just the segment we just saw. You just really highlighted how wonderful it is to live in Albuquerque.
Yeah, thank you for showing us around. That was such a pleasure to see. So many people don't realize it. Of course, we're chasing the fox around central New Mexico because we really want to give New Mexicans a chance to see what is out there and what is so unique and special right in our own backyard, which I don't think a lot of people are even aware of. What do you think is the most appealing thing about Albuquerque?
We're a very special place for lots and lots of reasons. We're an ancient place. We're a very forward-thinking place. We're an innovative place. We're a sustainable place. The best thing, though, is the people. I mean, as a mayor, I get to meet people everywhere, you know, at the hardware store, at the grocery store, and we talk. And
you listen, you really do.
And when you talk to people in New Mexico, whether it's in Albuquerque or northern New Mexico or southern New Mexico, we have a lot in common. We're very proud of our state.
There's a lot of pride.
We're very proud of the culture here. We're very proud of our diversity here. The food's great. You know, when you live in a place with great scenery, great people, great food, what more could you ask for?
Exactly. And you just showed us some of the great food some people didn't even realize on those mobile trucks. It's amazing. And I want to mention to our viewers that you moved to Albuquerque 30 years ago to attend the University of New Mexico. So what drew you to the Southwest from Nebraska initially?
Well, as a young man, I was a Boy Scout.
Okay.
I was an Eagle Scout. I am an Eagle Scout. Nice. And I came to Philmont Boy Scout Ranch near Cimarron, New Mexico, and it was about all I could do to get in the car to go back home. Nebraska's a great place. I love it still. I still have family there.
Sure.
But I really fell in love with the mountains of New Mexico. So through athletics, I had some opportunities to go to different places around the country, and New Mexico was one of my choices.
Sure.
And I chose New Mexico. A lot of the reason was because I'd fallen in love with the state at Philmont.
The land of enchantment.
Yes.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. And you earned your degree in finance and administration.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you also lettered in track.
Yes.
We're going to read a few accolades here. And then, in addition to all these wonderful things, you met your wife. And this happened because she was your college sweetheart, and she's Albuquerque native Maria Medina. Well, she was Medina.
Yes.
And so I want to know how you two met, because I want everybody to know your story.
Well, first of all, she's way cooler than me. So, definitely married up. I mean, there's no question about that. We met at a business school party, actually.
Okay.
And I asked her out. She said no.
She said no?
She said, well, I don't remember if she said, yeah, I think she said no.
Okay.
So I kept after it, and then I finally got her to go see a movie with me.
Nice.
And so we went out for a movie, and you know, being the big spender I was, I think I took her to Village Inn afterwards.
Nice.
And you know, didn't have 2 nickels to rub together.
A little pie is always good.
Yeah, and then so there you go.
How perfect is that? And that's a good little lesson. Persistence. When you want something, go for it. Because if she said no the first time, what would have happened if you stopped right there?
Yeah, who knows?
Well, so those were the days. You went to Village Inn, you went to the movies. What about now? What do the two of you like to do?
Oh, gosh. You know, we're outdoors people. We like to ATV. My son and I love to hunt. We like to hunt and fish.
Nice.
We like to camp. We like to cook. We just like to, we're kind of home buddies. We live in the same house we built when we were in our 20s.
Really?
We just, you know, we have a home, and we like to be at home. We do like to travel as well, so we're just pretty easygoing. And whatever it is, just being around friends and family is really kind of most important for us.
And you love to play music.
I play music, and I love to play music. I'm not very good at playing music.
Yes, I heard him play. He is very good. He is underestimating himself.
No.
You really are. And there's actually a pretty cool story about that guitar that's sitting next to you.
Very cool story about this guitar.
You want to tell everybody about that?
Your president and general manager, Mr. Anderson, said, look, I was trying to sell this guitar because I want to buy a different guitar. And he said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll buy that guitar, and then you have to auction it off at the Charity Gala, which is on June 15th this year, the Mayor and First Lady's Charity Gala. So, and then he said, but you have to play it. So I'm going to go from playing in the back bedroom to never, ever playing in front of anybody before to playing in front of like 1,400 people at the gala.
Oh my gosh.
So it's going to be some nervous moments.
You'll have a great time, believe me. I've had those moments with singing, and it's scary. It's an adrenaline rush, but I know you, like myself, you like that.
I don't get nervous speaking to people. I can speak to thousands and thousands of people. But this, I'm thinking I'm going to have a little dry mouth, maybe, and be a little bit nervous. So.
Well, I have to ask you this. In addition to some of the things we've already seen, what are some of your favorite perks about the quality of life here in Albuquerque?
It's the outdoors. I mean, you saw in some of your segments. It's all the things I tried to do with this segment. Some of the things that I like to do. I like to eat.
Right.
I like to be active. We like to run and hike on the trails. I'd like to do more biking. We're going to start doing a little bit more biking.
Nice.
I want to bring the river more in our day-to-day lives, certainly through ABQ the Plan and some of those things.
Okay.
And we like hanging out, and so all of these things. And I like old guitars and old trucks and those kinds of things too. So it's you've got the tram, we've got the zoo. The biopark is the largest tourist attraction in New Mexico. It's great to go down there. It's great just to go to, you know, all these different events that we have.
There's so much to do. There really is. And speaking of events, the Centennial Summerfest is coming up in June. Huge event. So why is this so important for Albuquerque?
Well, this is the largest Centennial celebration in the state. Of course, this is our Centennial year.
Isn't it the weekend of your Gala as well?
It's June 16th. So our Gala is on June 15th on Friday.
Right.
mayorscharityGala.com. You can get tickets still.
Yes.
And my wife would kill me if I didn't say that. She and her team do such a wonderful job putting that together every year. And then the next day from noon to 5:30, we're going to have the biggest celebration for the Centennial in the state. We're hoping to have the governor down. We're hoping to have something for everybody to come in from around the state of New Mexico, from all the surrounding states, and really get a taste of New Mexico that day. We're going to block off Central Avenue from basically Alvarado Station, you know, where the Broadway, basically First Street, all the way to 8th Street.
Oh, wow.
We're going to have stages with mariachi, flamenco, Native American dancers. We're going to have a rockabilly stage, a Route 66 stage.
Art.
We're going to have art. We're going to have cowboy poets. We're going to have the African American community is going to be there doing great things. Hakeem Bellamy, I think, is going to be there. Our new poet laureate for the city is going to be there. We're going to have a Pioneer Village. Over 40 performers. We're going to have all kinds of things. Al Hurricane Jr. are going to be on one of our main stages. We're going to have all kinds of bands. And then we're going to bring in Los Lobos for our main event in Civic Plaza. And that will be at, I guess, around 6:30 or that evening.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, and I know I have to ask you one of your favorite parts will also be the food. I'm sure there'll be tons of delicious food.
We made Betty Rivera, who's the head of my Cultural Services Department. I asked her to really make sure that the food is special. So she's brought some folks in that will bring some other folks in that will all team together, make sure the food's fantastic, because what we want is if we have visitors coming to our city, we want to make sure that they get an authentic taste of Albuquerque and of New Mexico.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And you were even saying going out of town, you realize how much you can appreciate the food here.
I was out of town last week. I just couldn't wait to get back and get some red chili.
Couldn't wait to get that red chili. And improving opportunities for all New Mexicans is so important to you. And I really want everybody to know that last year you were actually recognized for your Albuquerque Heading Home initiative. So let's tell a little bit about the program and how it's progressed.
Sure. It's for the population of the homeless is chronically homeless. That's about 20% of the population who have lived on the streets for years, decades. These are folks who are the most likely to die on the streets of Albuquerque. They have chronic health issues. They have substance abuse issues. They're living with mental illness. These are people that really, really, really need a hand. So what we said was, listen, we want to get you stabilized. We want to get you into housing. We want to make sure that your quality of life is better and you're surrounded by services so that you can be as well as you're going to be able to be, which we hope as well. And on the upside, we're going to make sure that you're not consistently in the emergency rooms, that you're not consistently calling for police and fire services. So we think that we have a much better human outcome, which is the goal, and we're saving valuable resources for our city at the same time, and that's why I think it's really caught on so well, and we're getting some national attention on it.
I'm so glad you are. And you have some other great initiatives. You want to tell our viewers really quickly?
we've got Running Start for Careers, where we're trying to get industry coupled up with kids in high school to get industry taught training so that these kids can see that there's a bright future and they can get some mentorship and they can really get a head start on their career before they graduate from high school. We're doing that. We're just getting ready to roll out a program where we're going to hire some local teens to help clean up our neighborhoods so that they can have pride in our city, learn some job skills, make some money during the summer. We've got all kinds of things. We just passed our third budget, really great budget for the citizens of Albuquerque, kept services at a very, very high level, great value for taxpayers. Thanks to the City Council last night for passing that. And so, there's just lots and lots and lots going on.
And you really do care about the community so much. And if you see him out and about, you really need to say hello. Mayor Berry is just such a wonderful guy and so easy to talk to. And so I want you to tell our viewers and your constituents out there something they don't already know about you.
Oh, golly.
What would you want them to know?
Oh, I don't know. With all the news coverage, it seems like everything's out there already. I love to cook.
Yes. Okay, that's a big one. You love to cook. And play the guitar.
Yeah, although Maria really is a much better cook than I am. I do like to cook. So on a Sunday afternoon, if we have a little time, I like to put together a meal and really enjoy it with my family.
Well, maybe you can come on New Mexico Style and cook in our kitchen one day.
Anytime.
And do you have any final vision for Albuquerque you want to mention to our viewers before you go?
Well, ABQ the Plan is what we're talking about, a 25-year vision for the city. When you hear ABQ the Plan, we're talking about about bringing the river into our day-to-day lives.
Right.
Doing things to get closer to the river. We're talking about Paseo del Norte and I-25, which will be on the ballot in November.
Oh, good.
Please, everybody get out and vote for Paseo and I-25.
Okay.
56 million cars a year. We need to get that done.
Definitely.
We're talking about bike paths, hiking trails. We're talking about quality of life, economic development, tourism, to make sure that we stay on the forefront as a great city and don't fall behind, because we are a great city.
Absolutely.
And we want to make sure that not just this mayor, but the next mayor and the mayor after that can succeed and have a city that's moving forward. And we just want to, when our time being mayor is over, when my time is over, I just want to make sure I hand it off to someone in much better shape than I got it.
No doubt, and you certainly have already. Yeah. And thank you so much. I'm proud to live here in Albuquerque, absolutely, and so glad you're the mayor while I'm here. Thank you, and of course you can see on the screen, if you need any more information about Albuquerque, just visit the website. And when we come back, we have a lot more fun on the way. Still ahead, New Mexico Style has our Book of the Month. Don't go away.